First of all, thanks for joining me on this journey. I'm just figuring it out as we go, and hopefully I'll be able to kind of establish some more baseline criteria that I can keep repeating over the weeks, months, years to track the progress. I realized that the microphone was not properly connected. Nothing was properly working. So I'm gonna have to start this again. And I'm gonna try to sit up and engage my diaphragm a bit more, but just speak at a kind of an average speaking level, volume level that I normally do when there's people in the room. What I'm noticing right now physically is that my voice feels a little bit lower than it normally does. How much, I'm not really sure. We're gonna check on the app later to see where that is. I'm also noticing that my voice is wanting to kind of go into some vocal fry really easily. So I have to kind of work to keep it a bit up here, but it feels okay to be kind of in that edges of the fry. But as I get speaking, maybe that will change. So this is from 2 years ago. I had a dream last night where I was back singing with the COC. I was a young artist, but I was me, my age now, even though my peers were in their early to mid-20s. There was another singer there who I clocked as transmasculine, and it was also apparent to me they were on low-dose T and still singing with their soprano voice range, but also embracing their voice and body and its micro and macro changes with such grace, continually defying all expectations and conventions that were and are so ingrained in me and in my training and understanding of voice types and their corresponding gender expressions. They even rocked a little boy stash. No signs of regret, struggle, or pain in the throat, and being flexible in what they needed to sing. After I witnessed them singing, they come into the hallway where I was waiting, maybe waiting for them. That's when they finally saw me, like saw through me into my soul, and their smile was like a hand extending out and clasping mine, holding me, and I felt an instant knowing that I would be all right, that I could do this too. It was brief, maybe 1 to 2 seconds, but that was all I needed. Then they were gone through the door, and I followed them up stairwells and down hallways, in and out of rehearsal rooms, sneaking through the rows of seats of the dark theater, just always a bit out of reach, ahead of me a few too many steps. I didn't call out. I was too scared or embarrassed. I didn't even know their name or what they really looked like. I just wanted to see their face again and know that it was all right. I wanted that feeling. That reassurance. Like, you know how they always say, whoever you see or appear to be embodying in your dream is just another manifestation of yourself? I didn't feel that this time. They were white, younger, taller, bigger, a different build than mine, but kind and light eyes, like they hadn't experienced what I have experienced in life. They don't have the traumas that I have. They don't have the walls or the limits I have put on myself or kept for myself. Their future has possibility, and they're creating it on the spot. Like they know that they have this power to choose the path they want, to disagree with the external shit that flies at them daily, which they don't even recognize as external shit yet, like I do. They have this force field around them that doesn't allow the negative words or actions or systems to stick. They are light. They are buoyant, almost airborne, content, grounded, hopeful. I'd like to see them again one day and feel that again. Yeah, that's it. That was the dream that I recalled. You know, there's a bit of sadness there, or regret that I didn't figure this out sooner, or that I wasn't born 15 to 20 years later. So I could have started this journey when I was 18 or 16 or 20 or even 25, but You know, we're all here for different reasons and at different times to have different experiences, I guess. And so me starting this at 40 years old and a half, that's going to be my journey. Like, even the more that I've been speaking now, and because I've been having technical difficulties and I've had to do this a couple times now, I'm less in that vocal fry. I feel like my voice is just kind of settling up a little bit here now, again, probably where I'm used to speaking, even though this has only been 2 days on tea. Not even. So again, I'm not really sure if this is like me willing things to happen or to move faster. Or it could just be tiredness because I had a soccer game last night and I went to bed a bit late. Or maybe something is happening. But I'm going to do some singing as well, and we will see where that voice is sitting, wanting to sit, and kind of this will be our baseline recording for the progression of these weekly recordings. So this is week 0, Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen in the style of Katie Lang. And I am in E major technically. So is Katie Lang, by the way. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. All right, I think that's low E. Okay. And that's my cat, Stevie. The second song I'm going to be doing is Una furtiva lagrima from Elixir of Love, L'Elisir d'Amore by Donizetti. I'm going to sing it in the tenor range. So this might be a little bit weird, but also I might not even have some of the notes. This might be a year in the process, so yep, that's a tenor F there, okay. Una furtiva lagrima negli occhi suoi spuntò. Quelle festose. Excuse me, that's hard to do. Maybe I'm supposed to like cover it, cupo it, but I don't really know how to do that. That's something we're gonna figure out with my voice teacher along the way. So let's try that phrase again. Quelle festose giovani invidiar sembrò. Okay, low notes are hard, or lowish notes are hard when I've been singing like that in that upper part of my voice. Che più cercando, candoi. Oh, well done. Here is Stevie. He wants to join in the party.
Say hi. Hi, my name is Stevie. Hello.
I don't think my cats have ever heard me sing like this before, so they're probably wondering what the heck is going on. Usually when I sing opera, they run away or they go to the other room because I'm sure the loud, high sounds don't feel so good in their ears. Che più cercando io vo, che più cercando io definitely easier just to kind of slip back into head voice or my mixed voice in there. I'm used to it. There's not as that much pressure of like tenor pressure. Non chiedo si può morir, si può morir d'amor. This is an interesting song. Because like right now, I feel it existing in kind of like 3 or 4 voices. So like a tenor voice that I'm kind of putting on, like really chest and, you know. I guess trying to find like space in my throat, but also like Italianate. Then there's also the way I sing in my middle range or in my low middle, and it's kind of like this mixy color that I'm used to creating, especially like in Verdi arias that I do. And then it's like, okay, let's just go into head voice and like ease off because I've been playing with some of that more pressure in the chest. So I'm not really thinking about like exactly consistent color right now. And then I was having this thought, like in that range, like G, F, G, A, kind of where it's quite mixy color. And then it's easy to go in my full chest, like when it's like C, B flat, like middle C, B flat, da 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 da, lower. And it feels very easy to gear shift, or it feels more seamless. And I'm wondering, so when I know Stevie, right? When my vocal folds thicken, if what I'm doing right now physically, kinetically, will be the same sensation, but that will kind of create that like mixy coupeau color that tenors have to do in this aria and have to do kind of in that range and that dynamic level. What I'm noticing already right now is just a little bit tiredness, a little tightness. Let's do a few more warm-ups. That's the part of my voice where I have always kind of technically had a funny issue where sometimes like it feels like this sensation that my whole throat kind of goes shunk and it like shuts everything off and pushes it forward. And that's something that I've been working on with my teacher for years. And it's shifted actually like semitone by semitone, kind of like every 6 months, every year, or every year and a bit. It just kind of, it used to be up here and now it's like there. So I wonder if that's a G. It was around a G, yeah. So G flat, G sharps, sometimes A's, they don't feel very good. I have to really, really warm up and kind of like get this sensation of down and open to really feel like, okay, I'm in the center of my voice. So this might take a few minutes. was kind of like not bad up there. It felt pretty easy and like nothing wanted to kind of shift forward. What's interesting is that like the middle part of my range, like between like F and D, so like the staff, just feels like a little bit like, oh yeah, I've been talking a lot or singing a lot, but I haven't. So, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, Ave Maria, B flat major. Oh, bad onset. Okay. Hmm. Ooh, that was actually pretty challenging. I think because it just sits right in and right in and below my passaggio. So it felt a little right there. Like I could feel this wanting to go up. Maybe there's some old muscle memory. Maybe this isn't the right key. This is the original key. It's probably what is published in the soprano Schubert book. I'd have to double check that. Yeah, not the ideal key for me right now, but an interesting point of reference. Yeah, everything just felt a little bit up and kind of compressed. Okay, still have my high notes. Got some low notes. All right, take care. Thanks for joining me on week 0. That was a lot of listening and singing and probably watching my brain go.